So, very good evening to all members gathered here. Today, we are in the next segment of Design Thinking lecture series. So, today we are going to discuss about the need and importance of prototyping in design thinking. So, in this topic, we are going to discuss about the different types of prototyping for preparing the concept design idea. Then, what are the various steps, the procedures to be followed for constructing a prototyping model? So these are the main agenda for today's seminar presentation. Now we shall move on to the session objectives. The purpose of prototyping is to test whether the product can able to really solve the various customers' problem in real time or not. Prototyping is one of the most important crucial step in design thinking process. It allows the end user to find out the proposed solution from the given model. Moreover, from prototyping, we can able to gather feedback from the end users. So based on their suggestion, we can able to improve the proposed solution of the model. So with this key input information now, we will move on to the main agenda of today's seminar presentation, prototyping in design thinking. So prototyping is a step-by-step iterative process in design thinking, and moreover it is a simplified version of your product which helps to test the idea by gathering the feedback and modify the final solution according to the user comfort. And this process, prototyping process, is carried out before the development of the final product under the full-scale production. What are the various purpose of prototyping? It has following purpose. The first one is testing. It allows the designer and the model developers to evaluate the technical feasibility and effectiveness to test their idea before investing the resources into the full-scale production. Prototype enable the rapid iteration and refinement based on the user feedback, so that lead to have better development of the final product. And communication, they serve as a strong communication tool in order to help the team to convey their ideas and concepts more effectively to different clients, stakeholders, or other team members. Risk reduction, by identifying the potential issues early in the development process, prototype helps to reduce the risk of costly error or failures later on. What are the different stages of prototyping? Low fidelity, medium fidelity, and high fidelity prototyping. First one is low fidelity prototyping. So in this stage, the design concept or an idea available in the form of a basic sketch model, and each and every items will have connection to every other part of the product that is made simply on a paper format. It is one of the most simplest and efficient method. It saves the time and money, but may not have much more detail about the design concept or idea. Second one is medium fidelity prototyping. Compared to low fidelity, medium fidelity may have limited information or a process function about the design concept of the final product. Last one is high fidelity prototyping. So in this classification, uh, detailed illustrative features about the design concepts are neatly presented, and they may have better visual for understanding in order to explain each and every functions that are used in the design concepts. And it is more or less similar to the final product. Next, we shall discuss about how to construct a prototype. Here are some of the few steps as listed below. The first one is finding out the requirement analysis. Initially, the construction of prototype model begins with the requirement analysis. So in this phase, we need to find out the need of the prototype model. It has to be defined in detail and gives a brief illustration about the concept idea to the final end user. Next one, quickly designing the prototype. Here, a more rapid and straightforward approach is followed to develop the entire product model, and it is not the complete design and gives a brief idea of the system to the user. Third one is creating a prototype. It is a small working model of the required system, and this must be very close, exactly like the final product. Testing the prototype. In this stage, validating the design decisions before mass production, and the real users will be needed to test the product and identify the issues that might rise. Prototype refinement. So the prototype will be refined according to the user feedbacks and the suggestions in this stage. Next one is protecting the design. Once the flaws are identified, so we have to protect the intellectual property. So this helps to avoid the plagiarism and other companies copying the design. Next one is launching your test. Before launching the test, so it is important to do trial run with a colleague or a friend in order to check up how the different setup of the concept works as expected. Last but one is sharing of the results. After receiving the response, it is time to analyze the test results available in the prototype model. It will be helpful to improve the product, and it will give the proper direction in order to adjust the user interface and user experience in order to iterate and get the better results very close to the product launch. Implementation of the product and wrap up. So the final product will be developed according to the final model, and that will be tested thoroughly after launching the product. So we have to conduct a live testing or a demo. So in short and precise, we can say that today we have discussed about the basic concepts of prototyping, design thinking. What are the different types of the prototype available, and what are the differences between each type? Then we saw about the procedures to be adapted for constructing the prototype in order to neatly elaborate the design concept of the final product model. So now with this information, I conclude that design thinking, it's all about learning and refining through experience, ensuring whether the final product able to meet out the customer requirements. It is not alone only assumptions, making it as a core iterative step towards driving for better innovation in future. So with this, the closing remarks, I thank all the members. Thank you all. We will see in the next subsequent lecture series. Thank you once again.